is a bit of a disaster. Sorry about this. The whole outlay have changed here, and everything is now the wrong place. Okay, so let me try again. I'm just going to play my intro again. Sorry, people. This is technology for you. Just when you think you know. Hey, why is this thing not going away? And that one, you see? Oh, my word. Okay, so just when you think that you know how a program works, they go and they change it. Okay, so welcome. If there's anybody watching, if you want to comment, feel free. I'll go back to comments in a few minutes. Just remember that StreamYard wants you to say, hi, yes, it's fine, I want to be on. And so you've got to introduce yourself to StreamYard, and then it will be happy and it'll show your comments. In the meantime, if anybody's watching, please give me a like at the top, then I'll know somebody's watching. Okay, so I'm going to keep it very short tonight. This is our subject. Should everybody be in a relationship? And the reason for this is because it came to me from two sides, from two different people have actually asked me that same question in the last week. Now, I like to go with what's current and what's showing up in people's lives, because if one person asks it, then there's a lot who ask it. So let's start just with the biology of how we are made. We have been made for connection. It's one of our basic human needs, and you can see that in the way that we will naturally structure ourselves into families, communities, countries, provinces, groups, and it's a natural thing. Nobody forces humans to do it. We just do it. And a love relationship? No. Can you only be happy if you're in a love relationship? Actually, completely the opposite of it. You are supposed to be happy on your own first before you even contemplate going into a relationship. And that whole problem, that whole problem of not being happy in yourself, but needing to be fixed by a relationship, being happier when you are in a relationship, being happier when you are with somebody else, and happy to the point that you'll throw away all your your boundaries, and that you will not take care of dependence is what happens if you go into a relationship and you expect of it to fix you. So no, you are supposed to be happy on your own, and a lot of people can be happy on your own. But why do we want to be in relationships? Why is it not okay to say, okay, I'm so scared by this, I'm never going to go into relationships again? Or the example that somebody gave me this week of somebody who's very happily living in this caravan and moving from place to place, and if he doesn't like it, he moves again. But he doesn't really like humans, and if stuff's not working for him, he just pulls up and moves to the next place. Now, he has found a way of living. I'm not criticizing the way that he chose to find a way of living, but there is an alternative, and the alternative is to work on your human relationships. Okay, that's a tough one. So if you don't know how to work on the human relationships, quite a few of us are going to pull back. We're going to build the walls, we're going to not socialize a lot, or we're going to be very careful who we let into our lives. And what we are essentially doing is that we are driving around in a caravan and moving away if it gets too hot. And we are uncomfortable, or we feel threatened, or we feel judged, or we just don't feel like we don't fit in, or we don't feel accepted. So we can even drive away in our caravan inside a relationship, not be committed, withdraw a lot, punish a lot, but not really being committed. And it's just too hot and I don't have the tools how to handle it. So should we all be in relationships? Yes, we should be. It doesn't have to be love relationships. But we are only going to find our healing inside love, committed relationships. That one of being in the caravan and you can just bugger off whenever it feels like stuff is getting hot means you have no coping skills and you need to go and find them. You have to work on yourself a little bit. And no, you most probably cannot do it by yourself. You need to find the right people to help you, people who've been there before, the right books to read, the right new tools to start applying, old ways that you want to start dropping. And then you will learn to have a no, to have a voice, to ask for what you want, not withdraw, not be so vulnerable and so much hurt child left inside you that every judgment makes you want to get in your caravan and bugger off. And every thing that happens around you, you take personally and you get offended very easily. You're very defensive or you're very attacking. And the option is, I get in my caravan and I bugger off. So in a relationship, in a committed relationship, if you are willing to stay in it and learn the tools, then you don't have an option of getting in a caravan and buggering off. You're in it. And in it, you can learn how to be a more adult version of yourself. And those tools you can apply anywhere. You can apply those tools not only in your love relationship, you apply those tools also in your family life. You apply those tools also in your business life, with your friends, and it makes you a nicer person to be around. It makes you somebody who's more willing to share how they really feel. You contribute better. You go after your goals. You're more confident. You're happy inside yourself. That's all we want to have, is to have you happy inside yourself. Now, a lot of this you can do on your own, a lot, but and you can on friends and everybody else. You can work on yourself, but it's a weird thing that only in deeply committed relationships, because that gets to our abandonment wounds, that gets to that hurt little bit of ourselves that we haven't addressed. Only in really committed relationships in which we have an enormous desire for it to work. We like this relationship. We are all in it. It's amazing. That's when we have to start doing our deepest work, because abandonment fears trips us up. And there's sides of us that comes out that we don't expect. And that's where you need to do a little bit more work on yourself that you absolutely cannot do if you're not in a committed relationship. So I have a yes and a no. And in the end, all I want for you is to be an individual who are very happy inside yourself and that can live with yourself whether you are in a relationship or not, and know how to communicate and know how to take excellent, good care of yourself. Right. If there's any comments, you can make them now. And if you like what you're hearing, please share it with somebody else. And I don't see any comments. Okay. And okay, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. This is not Sunday seeds anymore. It's now weekend seeds, because as part of my self-care, I've decided that Sunday evenings it's such a stretch for me. I'm sitting on my bed in my pajamas and I'm like, okay, I need to go and show up. Maybe I can just do it here on my bed in my pajamas. That's an option. It's not that it's not an option. But I do have to get near the router and so that I can do a proper broadcast and set it up, which takes a little bit more time. So Sunday nights, I'm taking care of myself. I am going to try and see if I can keep a new routine, and always keep it short and sweet. Give you some really good advice, and something that's real and pertinent and happening in people's lives right now, and that's a great benefit from you. So. Okay, last chance for questions. I'm going to sign off now. I'm just going to find that little song of mine. Let's see if technology trips me up again this time. I hope it doesn't. Okay, see you. And again for the short and sweet. Lots of love to all of you. Bye-bye.